Hi guys, Andy here, and welcome to this cute little fortune-telling game called Cartomante. Um, I love it. I already played it once, but my footage was corrupted because I did something dumb. Anyway, it's really cute, super adorable, and I'm super excited to show you this. This is available on Steam and Itch.io. I got the Itch.io version because I'm having Steam issues apparently. I don't know. But yeah, let's just dive right into this. I had so much fun recording this. It has been a long Thursday. You decide to take in only 3 more customers before calling it a day. An oddly garbed man enters. Despite his bold choice of outfit, he seemed somewhat shy. Are you Miss Cartomante? You can drop the miss. Call me Cardi. Hang loose. What troubles you, my son? He looks relieved, as if realizing he's in the right place after all. After a brief sigh and a slight shoulder drop, he proceeds. So then, Miss Cartomante, heed my tale. I'm a service provider, of humble origin may I be, but dear father of mine taught me to care for all my loved ones equally. For love is patient, and it doesn't dishonor others. But at the same time, love rejoices with the truth, so I came today to ask of you the truth. You didn't expect him to turn all of a sudden, but it's good to see he's feeling more at ease. Keep listening. Oh, may I keep talking? Of course. Oh, okay. Well, that's strange. People normally interrupt me as soon as they can. As I was saying, love, yes, love. So you see, I am currently amidst the most gripping love triangle story ever. At one corner, Bruno, the love of my life, the one I swore to grow old with, who always supported me through my hardships, whom I lived together with. At the other side, Polaris, the hurricane that came into my life and shook me profoundly. I love his big brown eyes. I love his thick, coarse skin. I love the feeling of his moist tongue brushing against my face. Above all, I love how quiet and understanding he is. All in all, he's a really great dog. But then the thing is, Bruno doesn't really seem to like him. And I really wanted him to like him. The burly man in front of you weathers like the flower life cycle time-lapse video your mother sent you the link yesterday. I don't think I need to know what that's about, to be honest. Oh, Miss Cartomante, please do tell. How can I make the two of them get along so I can see by the figurative fire of our home with both of my beloveds in a Sunday afternoon? There's something that's been nagging you for a while now. Perhaps it's an appropriate opportunity to ask. Tell me more about this dog. With gusto, what do you want to know? How much does he weigh? Almost nothing. Well, actually nothing, but I guess that's because I'm just too strong, you know? What kind of breed is he? He's a purebred mongrel, the best breed. Where did you two meet? He suddenly showed up in my room. He must have jumped in through the window or something. He has strong blades since we live on the 3rd floor. Okay, so one last question. Where is he right now? What? He's at home, I guess, since they don't get along well. Bruno doesn't take him on walks. You know, it's actually pretty sad. Bruno won't even acknowledge his existence, you know? When I talk about it, he just looks at me with a concerned expression like I'm totally crazy. Am I crazy, Miss Cartomante? You're not crazy. But you might not be ready for the truth you seek. After some time staring at it, it finally realizes you can see it. You two lock eyes, and for a moment, it looks wary of you. What, is there something on my jacket? Yeah, there kind of is. There's a little dog on your jacket, sir. I don't know how to tell you that. No, nothing. Let's confer with the cards. God, I wish I had that kind of shuffling skill. Justice. It symbolizes harmony, objectivity, conciliation, as well as attraction and repulsion, life and fear, promise and threat. Let's see. Choices. Karma. Impartiality. Let's go to choices. You've got to pick one or the other, dude. What? Yeah, there's like no way someone can compete with the dog. Your husband's probably jealous of your love for it and is understandably anxious. Wouldn't you be as well? Of course not. Who's to say a man can only love one being at a time in his life? My love for Bruna and my love for Polaris are two entirely different things. No, 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 no. You must pick only one. When you watch a rom-com and the protagonist likes two different people, how does that pan out for him? Well, that's true, but cinema is not real life. Prove it. I can't prove that kind of thing. So you admit it's just a supposition. What the fuck? Precisely. The man is baffled at your flawless dialectics. He is so utterly defeated that he stands up and leaves right away. You feel unstoppable, a machine built for winning. Go with the grace and may it bring closure to your troubles, sucker. Oh my god. I did not get that last time. This is great. I love this. A fast motorcycle passes by and the loud backfiring hurts the ears. I literally thought that was outside my house. Damn kids. You remember that man's baffled expression and smirked silently. Grandma was right. The best part of the job is to be able to mess with people from time to time. We're gonna spritz that. And then like that. Can I do anything else? A well-dressed lady walks in hurriedly and sits down, crossing her legs. Before any introduction is possible, she starts talking. What a place! Even Fabian, my chauffeur, who always boasted knowing every nook and cranny of the city, had trouble getting here. Excuse me, darling, but are you hiding from something? Although, if I recall correctly, they say that the further you go, the stronger is the magic, right? So by that guideline, your magic must be incredible, dear. I don't know what accent I was trying to go to. It went from some bougie ass to some Cajun ass. Sweetie, can you confirm something for me? Lorelei called you earlier and you said the consultation was $350. Is that right? Because Lorelei can be a goddess in the kitchen, but that girl has an awful memory. Last time I lied. This time let's go with that. Actually, the appointment is $180. Oh, good gracious. Someday that Missy's going to be my ruin, I tell you. It's reassuring to know that there are still honest people in this world. Nowadays, it seems like we're becoming extinct, but I bet no one will create a fund or start a petition for our species. Hypocrites. Alright, now that we're done with the particulars, let's go to the core of the question. I have a bouquet customization delivery app, the Flora de Camellia. I hate that this is still twitching. We still haven't started delivery to this part of town, but we're already a huge success in the high zone. My business model makes the traditional street flower shop obsolete, but as a keepsake of Flora's history, there is still one physical branch remaining, which also has been a family heirloom for 3 generations. Seeing that I've been extremely swamped with meetings with our stakeholders about our countrywide launch, practically living between flight connections, I obviously have no time to at all to tend to the store. And being completely honest, it's only open to this day due to my emotional attachment to it, and for marketing purposes, of course. Since the app's success, the physical store hasn't been yielding profits for a long time now. But I couldn't simply leave it in the hands of any happy-go-lucky employee. Flora's had almost no floors because we outsource almost all the work. Our team is basically comprised of marketing and IT, you see. So then a few weeks ago, my sister asked me if I could find her son, my nephew Lorenzo, a job, so I made him store manager. Before you start judging me, it wasn't favoritism. He always attended excellent schools, had a high charisma, was in a sabbatical from college since he came back from the exchange program, and it's good practice to keep business within family. Anyway, I introduced him to the staff, gave him the keys to the store, and didn't think more about it. But a few days ago, I got this call from Mrs. Sandra, a meddlesome old lady who attends our country club and lives just next to the store. She said that, in respect for our long-standing friendship, she hadn't called the police, but every other night a group of juvenile delinquents had been trespassing inside the store, doing terrible things and disturbing the peace. It seems that they meddle with alcohol, drugs, and there's even some public indecency going on inside my store. I know. I should have explained our security measures more strictly to my nephew. The store is in a very upscale location, but recently there have been some low-zone folks hanging about, doing who knows what. No offense, of course, but you know that there are a lot of bad apples that go all the way to the high zone to cause a nuisance, don't you? They take advantage of our tidiness and safety since they live in chaos. I don't want to tell Lorenzo so as not to scare him. I didn't want him to quit the job after being lazing around in a sabbatical for so long. I even got around to asking if he saw anything strange recently, but he said no and that everything was going well. He's a very kind-hearted boy, really innocent, you see. What got me worried is that I tried asking around the staff if they knew something. They should have, since they ought to be cleaning up the mess, don't you think? But they all acted like nothing was happening. And that's the thing. I think those criminals are threatening my staff so they keep quiet about their activities. Or even worse, some of them could even be accomplices. I mean, they are also mostly from the low zone, so that's a possibility, don't you think? I still haven't gone to the police because something like that could be really bad PR for Florida Camellia, and I can't take that risk on the eve of going national. I'm actually not that much into this kind of stuff. She looks around the room and gestures to you and the deck of cards. But my sister reminded me that our grandmother, before starting up her business, went to Cartomante for advice, and she told her that it would be a success. So I've come here with an open mind, as suggested by my personal coach, so that I can receive proper guidance on what to do in this situation. I want to know the best way of protecting the innocence of my little angel, keep Flora's public image untarnished, and punish those low-life deviants. God, that was a lot of reading. Give me a second, I need a drink of water. Like, ma'am, what do you want me to do? Your nephew's a bastard. I don't think your nephew's being completely honest with you. What do you mean? Are you saying that my angel is lying to me? Are you calling the blood of my blood a liar? Or are you saying that he actually knows something but is indeed being threatened by the criminals? She becomes fidgety, adjusting her body on the chair. Oh, I couldn't stand that thought. Ever since his parents got divorced, I've been doting on him so he would feel less lonely. I like to think of myself as a second mother, you see, and I know he can have too strong a sense of justice sometimes, but to think he would go just that far, just to not make me worry? She says a single dramatic tear and quickly wipes out the back of one of her gloves. Oh, Miss Fortune Teller, I must ask you to help me. I do everything for my little being. Tell me how to take vengeance on those scoundrels. Your nephew is a scoundrel. I love that. It's so good. You know what? Let's do a card reading. You decide that you're not being paid enough for this and jump straight into it. Yeah, this is not $180 worth. I should have lied to her and told her $350. This one. The Wheel of Fortune. It symbolizes the circle of life, phases, ascension, and decline, as well as the transience of things. Money. Cycles. Payback. Ooh, payback's a bitch. Let's go with payback. You take a long, hard look at the card and think of a way to say what you're about to say in the nicest way possible. Normally, I would give a verbose explanation of the card and how it currently relates to your situation. I would use esoteric words and be somewhat cryptic in order to leave it sufficiently open to interpretation so you could reflect yourself and come to a conclusion based on the directions. But this is somewhat personal as well, so I feel like I have to break protocol. She looks confused and waits for you to keep talking. You're a stuck-up, pretentious snob, and your business is going to fail horribly, just like your love life. Holy shit, yes. This is my grandmother's fault. Now we're going with the first one. She gets wide-eyed and her mouth opens slightly. You come in here and insult my job, my neighborhood, and the people from the low zone. You put a heavy glamour over your eyes so you can't see the rotten truth surrounding yourself and your family, instead choosing to lay the blame on those less privileged than yourself. I'm in no way obligated to take shit from you, and I know the universe would probably be pleased if you were just put back in your place for once. So take back that soulless cash of yours and try to stop and think about your own problems before trying to pay someone to think for you. That's a bit extreme, you think to yourself, seeing that this is practically your job description. You do card readings. That's literally your job description. Get out of my face, you capitalist pig! She calmly starts standing up to leave. You'll be hearing from my lawyer. Oh, fuck. I don't got money for a lawyer. It's time for the Federation's most prized government-funded daily radio news segment, Voice of the Metropolis. Its soothing melody makes you long for two things: The return to the days of the past, simpler times without so much worry, and for the voice of the metropolis to not interrupt your music listening. Your phone rings. It's Camelia's lawyer. You two end up having a nice and pleasant chat. Apparently, she tries to sue a lot of people on a regular basis, so a strategy to save time and resources is just to call the person immediately and telling her the process is underway and then doing nothing as she forgets about it the following morning. He has a deep and raspy voice, and you end up inviting him for a follow-up of your chat over a cup of coffee one of these days. He says, yeah, we should definitely do that, and never responds again. I mean, yeah, that sounds about right. The door opens and a tall figure enters slowly and sits down silently. On her back, there's a big package wrapped in stained fabric. Even after sitting down, she doesn't put the package down, holding it firmly between her shoulders and breathing slowly. The figure stays silent. The package she carries doesn't seem to bother her. There's no need to be timid, my daughter. I see you carry a big weight, but sometimes the biggest load you carry is the one that can't be seen. The readings can't be more precise if there's a clear question or thought on your mind. Would you like trying to explain your attention? The figure keeps silent, but you hear a tiny angry squeaking. Hey, down to the left. You notice a small mouse under the masked figure's scarf. It squeals in your direction and looks straight into your eyes. Yeah, you hellspawn, will you stop ignoring me? The mouse speaks in a commanding tone, betraying its little high-pitched voice. Listen, here's the sitch. I know pretty well the kind of person you are with that whole hoodoo scam to empty the wallet of the simple-minded. Unfortunately, the blockhead here is not only stubborn but superstitious and would rather play around with the cards than listen to her elders. So listen closely, because I will only say it once so as not to waste any more of my time. Where could be a safe place for us to deposit the luggage, where nobody can fiddle with it, you feel me? I need to know what's in the package now. Did I fucking stutter? You old granny's dried up pube? Which part of I will only say it once was too hard to understand? Yeah, I'm just saying. The contents of the package don't concern the missus, you dig it? We came looking for a specific service, and her attitude exudes unprofessionalism. If it were me, I wouldn't even be having this convo, believe it. So do me a favor and do the thing with the card so we can scram and you can feel free to shove the money up your ass and call it a private investment. Holy shit! I love it. It was you who got us into this, so chill out, Baldy. Okay, we'll do a card reading. Some part of you wants to get up and stalk that tiny animal, but you're too tired. Today's shift's almost over and her companion looks at least double your size. Let's take a look at the cards, ladies and gentle mice. The mouse gnashes his teeth. The masked figure remains silent. Hee, nice, you think to yourself. Why is it always justice? Symbolizes harmony, objectivity, conciliation, as well as attraction and repulsion, life and fear, promise and threat. Go with impartiality. As much as we keep on trying, in life we always end up taking a side in every situation. Our past and present dictate where we stand and correspondingly shape our future. But as much as it can look like an effort against our nature, there are moments that require deep reflection which consider both sides. The mere action of allowing oneself to be vulnerable and letting go of preconceived notions, it's already deeply transformational by itself. Attaining perfect neutrality is an unreachable ideal, but the universe doesn't forget about the ones who shape the world in order to upkeep its balance. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. What's that about picking sides? What sides are there to pick? Are you perhaps trying to pit us against each other? Come on, even she wouldn't be that dumb. Care to give us a little context, street corner magician? You don't need me to give you any context. Deep down you know what I'm talking about. The small animal seems to frown even though he doesn't have any eyebrows. For a long time now you've been voluntarily blind to the truth. Your bias comforts you and prevents you from becoming truly anxious, but you know. You know you haven't been looking at the situation with a level-headed approach. You're too afraid to admit you've been wrong, but still not sufficiently sure of yourself not to worry, so you suffer. The white fluffy cuddle ball becomes exasperated, and that usually means you're dead right. What? What the flying fuck are you saying to me, shithead? I'll have you know I graduated top of my class in the Special Forces, and I've been involved in numerous secret missions on the... Wait, I've got fuck nothing to prove to you. Let's go, Liv. That was very effective in making me fucking pissed. And you, Madam Mim, you can on a big and into you all the right into your the profanities were so obscene you couldn't even understand in order to pretend the game's ESRB rating. The duo stands up and leaves with the mouse engaging in a heated argument with his silent companion. Go with the grace and may bring closure to your troubles. Your phone rings. It's a number you don't recognize. Let's just pick it up. You answer it but hear nothing on the other side. Hello? Is this a prank? Hey, it's me again. Can you... God, I can't even see what the hell that says. I'm looking in. You hear some silent, high-pitched interference. Hello, is this about the money? I've already told Mr. Yusuf it's just a matter of time. My connection says the Friday race will be rid 7-2 on Challenger. God's damn it, woman, it's me! Fucking stupid circus magician. I was trying to be discreet, you know? Now you've gone mad and made me shout, so this will have to be brief before she suspects something. It's that wretched rodent again. How did he get your personal number? I was thinking about what you said, you know, about looking at the situation clearly, and as much as it pains me to say it, I think you're right. I can't go into details right now, but I'm offering you a deal. If you accept, I can promise you power and riches way above anything you could imagine. If you don't, well, I'm in no position to make threats. Although if something happens to me, she will see that the last number I dialed was yours. So what do you say? Be quick. I think she's coming already. Offer to help, sure. Really? I actually didn't think you would accept it that easy, huh? But that's good. You've made the right choice. Meet me at the Tenyagua's throat in 6 hours and I'll explain everything to you. There's no need for that. I know exactly what kind of deal this is. Oh, do you? I've been a bearer before, too, so I know what is probably going through your mind. And I must warn you, you're not doing this right. You know damn well the receptacle can't change hands without orders from the Great Ones. You're needlessly throwing your life away and you will find neither the retribution nor the solace you seek. What do you know about what I seek? You're just a dumb old relic of the past. Things are different now, Granny. I'm doing them my way. The Great Ones like it or not. So then, do as you wish. But when you feel the warmth trickling down your face, burning your eyes and coming out of your throat, take pride in knowing you did things your way. You hear a small gulp in the call-ins. Frankly, what's with youngsters these days? Back then it was such a dignified once-in-a-lifetime event, and now every Thursday there's another clueless kid playing courier for the princess. We don't get paid enough for this. Alrighty. So that was Cartomante. I'm going to end this here. I'm going to keep playing though and recording because this was super fun. I love this. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I have you all a wonderful day, week, weekend, whatever the fuck I upload this. Bye for now.